comes under Government of India. It acts as the, it also takes care of the Treasury of India. Excellent. Siri, next. One more time. இதெல்லாம் own words, correct? சரி, okay. Next point. Department, straight jump. Okay. Ministries, departments under the Ministry of Finance. What are all the departments there? Stop. You can name someone. Online. Ma, online. Online la irukka aunties and uncles. Yes, ma. Answer. Harini. Departments under Ministry of Finance. Sir, நான் கேள்வி கேட்குறேன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு பையன் கிளம்பிட்டான், ஜோஷ்வா. Please don't allow him back. Okay. Yes, ma. Continue, ma. Okay. Ma, when she's saying, you have to repeat, ma. Repeat. Yes. Department of Finance. Okay, sorry. Department of Expenditure and Revenue. What is the next one, Harini? Next two areas. Department of Economic. Madhav also left. Sir, Hari sir. Department of Madhav also left. Okay, Department of Economic Affairs and and what? Department of Financial Services and Department of Economic Affairs. Ma, someone else is answering. No, why should I be interested? Abdi irukada. You also try to recollect out of your memory. So yeah, yes ma, next two.
Department of Public Enterprises.
Okay.
Department of Investment and Public Asset Management.
Public Asset Management. Okay ma, next round ma, it will start with Kamil. Yes. இப்போ தெரியுதா எதுக்கு வந்து எல்லார் பேரையும் கேட்டேன்னு? So that I was giving you an opportunity. நீ ஒழுங்கா listen பண்ணிருந்தனா இப்போ சொல்லிருப்பேன். Yes ma, Kamil, start. அட பாவி டேய், எந்த உலகத்துல இருக்க நீ? சொல்லுங்க. Not the one right next to you, please. No. One more time. No, Praveen, please. No. Yes. Hariharan. Yes, Hari. Answer சொல்லிடுறேன்றியா? No ma, try. ஓ, கிளாஸ் அட்டென்ட் பண்ணலையா? சரி, ப்ரீவியஸ் கிளாஸ் வந்தல, அதை விட்டுரு, அது ஒன்றும் ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை. ப்ரீவியஸ் கிளாஸ் வந்தல என்ன படித்தோம்? கான்ட்ராக்ட் ஆக்ட் ஆரம்பித்தோம். அதில் ஃபஸ்ட்டு 2 pages தான் படிச்சிருக்கோமே. எனிதிங் விச் யூ கேன் ரிகலெக்ட் ஃப்ரம் யுவர் மெமரி ஆன் தி கான்ட்ராக்ட் ஆக்ட் ஃபஸ்ட்டு 2 pages. Forming part of forming a consideration for each other. Yes ma, you will say, everyone will repeat. Yes. What is an agreement ma? Wait. You will say, they will repeat after you. Okay, which means your voice should be audible enough. Yes ma, say. You have to give pace for them, man. Give pace. Yes, every promise and every set of promise forming consideration for each other. Okay. Yes, you can name a person, Hari. Yo kadavule ma. Yes Pranay, you don't have any other option but to name for people in this side. Durga. Deepika 1 or 2? 1. Yes. Puviksha illama, Puvisha. Samyukta. Ma, Samyukta and the Pundma. Harini. Oh, Harini sonone. Whom did you say? Nisha na Catherine. Okay. Suganti. Abhinaya. Adha பேசி வச்சிருக்கீங்க ஆல்ரெடி. சரி, ஓகே மா. அபிநயா எங்க மா அபிநயா? ஓகே. Abhinaya goes to Angel. Seri, Angel, Judy, Vinita enga ma, Vinita right next to her. Ma, out ma, you are out. Right next to person solla kudadu, correct ah? Judy will answer now. What is a promise? Ma, yeah, someone can help her. Someone can help. Signifies his assent. Ah. Mm. Accepted. Accepted proposal is called as promise. Ma, you will say, everyone will repeat. Yes? And you should pause. Then you will make them repeat. Okay? Yes, ma. You all will listen carefully to Judy. Yes, ma. Try, try, try. Good, ma. Good. Now, I'll give you a. Okay, let us start, ma. Judy, one more time, ma. You have to name a person. Maha. Deepika. Deepika 2, இல்லையா? Okay. Samyukta. Puvisha. Kalai. 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 Durga. Durga. ஜோதிகான்னு ஒருத்தவங்க இருக்காங்களா? எங்கம்மா அந்த கேரக்டரு? ஓ, ஆன்லைனில் இருக்காங்களா? எஸ்மா, ஜோதிகா ஃபைனலி ஆன்லைனில் இருக்கவங்களையும் மனுஷனா யாரோ மதிக்கிறாங்கம்மா. சொல்லுங்கம்மா ஜோதிகா. மா, யூ வில் சே, யூ வில் ஜஸ்டிஃபை என்னது? ஓகே, we will discuss about Ministry of Home. Jyotika, Ministry of Home. Jyotirmaya, வெண்ணைகளா? Jyotikanta. Okay, ma. Jyotirmayi. Okay, remember. Jyotirmayi. Tell me, ma. Ministry of Home.
Ministry of Home under it they study 6 departments.
Okay.
Ministry of Border Management and Internal Security.
Yes, ma. You will call out one by one and they will repeat. Yes, ma. Under Ministry of Home, what are the departments, ma? Yes, first one. Department of Border Management. Then, Kamil, open your mouth and answer.
Internal Security. Department of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh Affairs. Department of State. Department of Home. Department of Official Language.
Jyoti, special power to you, ma. You can choose any name and directly ask them to tell the centers under departments of official language. Extra special power to you. யாருமா அவங்க? நிஷா கேத்ரின் மா. சொல்லுங்க நிஷா கேத்ரின். எப்படி இப்படி ஒரு லிங்க் ஆன்லைனுக்கும் ஆஃப்லைனுக்கும்? ஓ, ஃப்ரெண்டா? ஓகே ஓகே, குட்மா குட்மா குட். ஆஃப்லைனா? மா, ஒய் மா ஆன்லைன் டுடே? டே, இப்படியே சொல்லி ஏமாத்துங்கடா. இதே வேலையா போச்சு உங்களுக்கு. எஸ்மா, நிஷா. Under departments of home, we have one department which is exclusively into official language, dealing with official language. Under that, we have again 3 centrals, okay, which deals with central. Everyone will repeat, ma. What are the 3 things? Institute. Sorry, okay. Abro. Directorate of Census Operations. Understood, ma? Understood. Now, shall we start with today's class? Before that, we saw that equation and all. You remember? What equation? Offer plus acceptance is equals to promise. Promise. When the offer meets the acceptance, it becomes a promise. Then, promise plus consideration is equals to agreement. Now, agreement plus what? Enforceability by law now. You have legal obligation, which means in other phrase, in other words, you can create a legal relationship. Legal relationship. Praveen, we will discuss about the doubt by end of the class. Okay? Yes, ma. yeah, agreement முடிச்சிட்டோமா? Then we went on to understand what is required when you say enforceability of law should be there. Okay, what are the measures which says if all these conditions are there, then enforceability is possible. We saw 11 items, 11 phrases. And the 11 we did not discuss, but we discussed hardly 6 or 7. Okay, try to recollect now. What are the 6, 7 items? Wait. Iru, poru. In one single voice, ma. Keep all your books down. Keep all your books down. Nalla comfortable, jolly, comfortable irukku. Yes ma. Get up. Okay ma. Set only one intention ma. Today I should be உருட்டுறது, தொடக்கிறது, வளர்க்குறதுலாம் பண்ண. Okay ma. Today our intention will be to listen to the class properly with the utmost concentration. What is it? Utmost. Okay. In our best possible manner. புரிஞ்சுதா? Yes ma. Start. 1. திருப்பி 1. பாருமா சம்யுக்தா, என்னம்மா நீங்க லாஸ்ட் ரோல ஒன்று மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க, இங்க ஒருத்தவங்க மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. ஓகே, லாஸ்ட் ரோல மிஸ் பண்ணது யார் தெரியுமா? பேர் சொல்லுங்க. தீபிகா தானே? தீபிகா இல்லை, மகாலட்சுமி. ஓகேம்மா, மகாலட்சுமி மிஸ்டு, சம்யுக்தா மிஸ்டு. ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் யாராவது மிஸ் பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா இங்கே ஸ்டேஜுக்கு வந்துடுவீங்க. புரியுதா? ஸ்பெஷல் அட்டென்ஷன் வில் பி கிவன் டு யூ. எஸ்மா. 1 2 3 4 5. துர்கா வந்துரு. Come. Ma, you can pick your own partner also, ma. Come. Okay, ma. Last one time, okay? 1. Kamil, வந்துரு. கேட்கலையா? காதை எங்கடா வச்சிருக்க? எஸ் மா, ரெடி? 1 2 3 4 5. Sit down. Sit down. Okay, revise. Ma, please revise the difference, ma. Difference between contract and agreement. I will give you 2 minutes time to revise and get a piece of paper and write the test. Okay? Now, whenever I ask you to write something, no, I don't want you to write it in your fair book. Fair book na, in which book you are taking your notes, adana irukingla, adala ezhadhu. Okay, ideally what I would request you to do is, whenever I give you any example, or if you want to take any running notes, do it in the same textbook. ஏன்னா எக்ஸாம் டைம்ல நம்மளுக்கு ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கிறது இந்த புக் இல்லாமல் இன்னொரு புக்கு வேற ரெஃபர் பண்ணி படிக்க முடியாது. Able to understand? So maximum do it in the same textbook itself. And இது இல்லாம always have a rough note with you, so that whenever I ask you to write, you will do it at that same point. சரியா? Yes. 2 minutes time. Study, then write. Difference between agreement and contract. Everyone, ma, online people who are here, I will check. Online people, you will write it and post it in the group. Madhava, எங்க போன இவ்வளோ நேரம்? Where did you go? பிரவீன் முன்னாடி வந்திருக்கானா? இங்கே வா. நீயும் அங்கே தனியாக உட்காந்துருக்க, இவனும் இங்கே தனியாக உட்காந்துருக்கான். டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணி படிக்கிறத பற்றி உங்களோட அபிப்பிராயம் என்ன? waste. You have to, if you are discussing, you discuss with your own self and do. No discussion. Because you can discuss when you are having doubt. If you are having doubt, I am sitting here, no. Able to understand? Okay. Study on your own. Once you have done, start writing. Ma'am, how much time I can take for writing that four lines? 4 lines, 10 lines. I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes starts now. 5 minutes starts now. Ma'am, நான் இப்பதான் புக்கே ஓபன் பண்ணேன். Enjoy writing, ma. Print out எடுத்துட்டு வந்துட்டியா? மறந்துட்டு வந்துட்டியா? இன்னைக்கு எடுத்துட்டு வந்துட்டியா? ஏன் பாலாஜி முழிக்கிற? Write. 5 minutes starts now, ma. Write. Please start writing. Ma, please, ma, online people, please start writing. It has to be sent in the group. No other excuse. And I believe you are genuine enough, okay? Joshua, where did you go so long? எங்கடா போன கரெக்டா கேள்வி கேட்குற டைமில்? Joshua and Madhav. Okay, people, bye. I'm taking you out of the call. அவ்வளோதான் மரியாதை. என்ன அங்க டிஸ்கஷன்? Have you done writing? Yes, ma, bring a book.
Ma'am, அந்த மீனிங்ல உள்ள பிராக்கெட்ல promised as consideration அதெல்லாம்
Whatever is given in the brackets need not write. But when you are writing, what I would expect is mark any keywords if you find it is important. Okay?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma.
I wrote only the keywords, ma'am.
Super, ma. Okay, anyhow, post it in the group, everyone. Ma, it includes social contract, legal contract. சரியா? எஸ் நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்சன் பிரிங் ஜூடி. எங்கேம்மா டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் பேசிஸ் எங்கே முழுங்கிட்டியா? சப்ஜெக்ட் இல்லை கான்ட்ராக்ட். ஓகே எவ்ரின்னு வராது. ஆல் அக்ரிமெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் நாட் கான்ட்ராக்ட்ஸ். கரெக்ட். ஓகே எஸ் நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்சன் மகா தீபிகா பிரிங்.
மேம்
எஸ் டா சொல்லுங்க. சூப்பர் டா. Contracts. Okay. ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் சரி பண்ணிக்கோ சரியா? எஸ்மா. இன்னுமா அக்ரிமெண்ட் போட்டிருக்கேன். என்ஃபோர்ஸபிள் ஸ்பெல்லிங்கு. ஸ்பெல்லிங் மிஸ்டேக்ஸ் ப்ளீஸ் டேக் கேர் சரியா? பார்க்குறேன். அம்மா எங்கேம்மா பேசிஸு நீயும் முழுங்கிட்டியா? ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஸ்மூத்தாக எழுத மாதிரி பாரு சரியா? எஸ்மா நோ டாக்கிங். நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்சன் ப்ளீஸ் பிரிங்மா. won't grant okay ma my handwriting please work out ma. enforceable spelling நம்மளுக்கு தோன்றதா ஸ்பெல்லிங் அதானே. does not grant. Yes ma. Next person. Ma handwriting super. Last scope என்ன முழுங்கிட்டியா? it don't grant what rights. எழுதணும்ல மனசுல வச்சிருந்தா மார்க் தர மாட்டாங்கம்மா, எழுதுனாதான் மார்க். I feel it is very nice. Good. இதே மாதிரி எழுது. ஆனால் கொஞ்சம் கான்செப்ட்லாம் படிச்சிரு. நோ ஐ ஃபீல் இப்போ இது வரைக்கும் பார்த்த புக்ஸுக்கு இது எவ்வளோ இது நீயே பாரு. குட்மா. அசென்ட் ஸ்பெல்லிங் என்னடா? நம்மளுக்கு தெரிஞ்சது தான் ஸ்பெல்லிங். எடுத்துட்டா எடுத்துக்கோ, இல்லைனா போ, அது மாதிரியா? நீ உனக்கு கான்செப்டே தெரிஞ்சாலும் நல்லா எழுதினா தானே மார்க் தருவாங்க. இட் இன்க்ளூட் சோஷியல் போஸ்ட் பை லா. ஓகே மா ப்ளீஸ் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங்மா. எஸ்மா சூப்பர்மா ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங். சூப்பரா. நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்சன். Ma bring everyone, please bring. Ma super ma இந்த பாரு, whatever words she has felt important, no she has marked it, she has underlined it. என்ன கொஞ்சம் கம்மி பண்ணிருக்கலாம், எல்லா லைனையும் மார்க் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கேன். என்ஃபோர்ஸபிள் ஸ்பெல்லிங் தெரியாது, அதனால உங்களுக்கும் தெரியாத மாதிரி நான் எழுதி வச்சிருவேன், அந்த மாதிரி தானே? ஓகேம்மா வெரி குட். எஸ் நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்சன். இங்கடா பேசிஸை காணோம், முழுங்கிட்டியா? குட்மா, வெரி குட். Here something you have missed, ஓகேவா? இந்தாங்கம்மா. வாட் ரைட்ஸ்? ரைட்ஸ்னா ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் சூப்பராக இருக்குப்பா. இது வரைக்கும் நான் பார்த்த பாய்ஸ்லேயும் உன் ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் பெஸ்ட்டு. குட்மா. கொஞ்சம் பெருசு பெருசாக எழுது, சரியா? லைன் அங்கே இருக்கு, லைன் அங்கே இருக்கு. நாட் ஆல்வேஸ் glance right. சூப்பர்மா. நாங்க நிஷா, நிஷா கேத்ரின். என்ன வைடர் சென்ஸ், அவ்வளோதான் என்னால் எழுத முடியும். இதில் உனக்கு என்ன புரியுதோ அதுக்கு மார்க் போடு, அந்த மாதிரியா? குட் ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங்மா. கொஞ்சம் பெருசாக எழுது, சரியா? சூப்பர். இருந்தாலும் எனக்கு ஓகே, எனக்கு ஓகே. ஆனால் எக்ஸாமினர் கொஞ்சம் கடுப்பாவார், சரியா? பட் அதர்வைஸ் வெரி வெரி குட். நாங்கம்மா. பேசிஸ் 8 முழுங்கிட்டேன். சூப்பர்மா. மா கண்ணே தெரிலம்மா, கொஞ்சம் பெருசாக எழுதுமா. என்ஃபோர்ஸபிலிட்டி ஸ்பெல்லிங் தெரியாது, அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, அந்த மாதிரி. குட்மா. என்னம்மா நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் பெருசாக எழுதணும். தீபிகா 2, ஓகேவா? டஸ் நாட் வாட்? முழுங்கிட்டேன். இங்கேயும் இங்கேயும் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ரிப்பீட் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கேன், சேம் பாயிண்ட். இதான் சொல்ல வந்திருக்கேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஓகே, ஆல் கான்ட்ராக்ட். ஓகே, இது இங்கேருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுதா நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன்று? ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே, ஃபைன் ஃபைன் ஃபைன். ஓகேம்மா, சூப்பர் சூப்பர் குட். என்னம்மா குட்மா. ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் கொஞ்சம் சரி பண்ணிக்கோமா, சரியா? கமில், பேசிஸ் எங்க? நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் பேசிஸோட எழுது, சரியா? உங்கள் பேர் என்னம்மா சொன்னீங்க? கலை, கலை செல்வி. மா, good efforts from every one of you. People online, I will also try to go through your answers and give you back. Ma, two things I want to discuss with you. One, whenever you are writing any question which has a differentiation component, differentiation kaga or question கேக்குறாங்க அப்படினா, you will definitely write the basis of difference. Able to understand? Then you will start writing the appropriate differences. சரியா? Second thing, when writing answers, please make sure that you are legible. நம்ம பியூட்டிஃபுல்லாக எழுதணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை, ஓகே? இட் ஷுட் பி லெஜிபிள். லெஜிபிளுக்கு மீனிங் இட் ஷுட் பி ரீடபிள். ஐ ஷுட் நாட் டேக் எஃபர்ட்ஸ். பூத கண்ணாடி வச்சு பார்க்கறது, இது ஏவா ஈயா இல்லை இது எல்லா ஐயா. ஐ ஷுட் நாட் பி இன் டு எனி ஜட்ஜ்மெண்ட், ஓகே? அதெல்லாம் டைம் வேஸ்ட்டு. என்னோட டைமை நீ வேஸ்ட் பண்ணன்னு வச்சுக்கேன், என்னோடது மீன்ஸ் நான் இல்லை, எக்ஸாமினர், த பர்சன் ஹூ கரெக்ட்ஸ். இஃப் யூ ஆர் கோயிங் டு டாஜ் ஹிம்னா ஹீ வில் ஆல்சோ டாஜஸ். ஹவு? பை கிவிங் 39. 40 எடுத்தால் பாஸ் தெரியும்ல. ஹி வில் டாஜஸ் பை கிவிங் 39. புரிஞ்சுதா? அதனால அது 39 எடுத்தாலும் ஃபெயில் தான், 39 எடுத்தாலும் யூ ஹேவ் டு ரிப்பீட் ஆல் 4 பேப்பர்ஸ். எஸ் ஆர் நோ? ஸோ அதனால் மேக்ஸிமம் மேக் இட் வெரி வெரி சிம்பிள் ஃபார் தி எக்ஸாமினர் டு கரெக்ட். பார்க்கும்போதே ஜஸ்ட் லைக் தட் மார்க்ஸ் அப்படியே அள்ளி தெளிக்கணும், அந்த மாதிரி கொடுக்கணும், அந்த மாதிரி எழுதி கொடுக்கணும். புரிஞ்சுதா? அதுக்கு 2 விஷயம் இம்பார்ட்டண்ட். மேக் ஷூர் தட் யூ ஆர் ஸ்பேசிங் அவுட் யுவர் ஆன்சர்ஸ். ஓகே மேம், இது எங்கள் அப்பா காசில் வாங்கின புக்கு, ஐ கேன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்மா. நீ இங்கே ப்ராப்பராக எழுதுனீங்க அப்படின்னா எக்ஸாம்லேயும் உன்னால் ஸ்பேஸ் அவுட் பண்ணி ப்ராப்பராக எழுத முடியும். ஓகே. செகண்ட் திங், whenever you find any keyword, try to mark the keyword, underline the keyword. சில பேர் வந்து இந்த வளைவாக போட்டிருந்தாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த மாதிரி. ஓகே, இந்த மாதிரி போட்டு தான் நானும் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கேன் நிறைய வாட்டி. பட் லேட்டர் பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் டைம் நம்மளுக்கு கொஞ்சம் டைம் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கன்சியூம் ஆகும் இது மாதிரி பண்ணும்போது. ஓகே, இஃப் இட் இஸ் டன் ஓகே ஃபைன், பட் டைம் கண்டிப்பாக எக்ஸ்ட்ராவாக கேட்கும், எக்ஸ்ட்ரா எடுக்கும். அதனால் அக்கார்டிங்லி மேனேஜ் யுவர் டைம். சரியா? புரிஞ்சுதா? லெட் அஸ் கோ டு டுடேஸ் டாபிக்மா. டுடேஸ் டாபிக் okay, we were studying about essentials of valid contract. Now, essentials of valid contract means these are rules for a valid contract. What does the word essential mean here? Rules. When I say rule, it should be there, or even if it is not there, no problem. When I say rule, it should be there. It should be there. Appo for a valid contract, we should have a proper agreement, and then agreement should be enforceable by law. When I say enforceable by law, all the 11 points should be satisfied. Able to understand ma? Out of these 11 points, first one, agreement, we saw. What do we mean by that? There should be an agreement in place of a contract. Now, 2 parties minimum should be there. 2 parties or more can take part in a contract. Intention to create a legal relationship. I'm just trying to giving you a recap. There should be an intention to bring you to the court in case if you do not perform as per the contract. Next one, competency of parties, which means படிச்சோமா இதனைத்து? படிக்கல. Okay, lawful consideration, lawful object படிச்சோம், which means the object for which we are entering into a contract should be lawful enough. The consideration for that also should be lawful enough. Example, ma, I cannot get into contract with someone for taking the head of a person. The subject is unlawful. Consideration received in cash, lawful, but subject of the contract is not lawful. Able to understand ma? Then fulfillment, with this we did not cover, right? Next one, certainty of meaning, covered. What does that mean? Certainty of meaning, what does that mean? If we are giving a subject for a contract, that subject should be clear enough. It should be definite enough. Able to understand? It should not be clear. I mean, it should not be unclear. Able to understand ma? Next one, possibility of performance, meaning ma? It should be practically possible, which means it should be doable in nature. I cannot do a impossible activity. If you are getting into a contract to do something impossible, what does the contract go to? The contract becomes void. Invalid means void. Able to understand ma? Now let us go and see what all areas we have left. Formalities, fulfillment of legal formalities. Meaning, let me give you an example ma. Today you are going and purchasing a land, Mylapore. எவ்வளோ ஆகும்? மினிமம் ஒரு 3 to 4 crores ஆகும். ஓகே, ஜஸ்ட் லைக் தட் ஓரல் கான்ட்ராக்ட் இந்தா வச்சுக்கோ அப்படின்னு நடக்குமா? நோ. வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ்மா? வாட் இஸ் த ரெக்வசிட் ஆஃப் சச் அ டிரான்சாக்ஷன்? It needs a document, and that document should be properly signed by both the parties. Okay, the owner of the land as well as the seller of the land should have signed it, agreed for a certain price, and it should also be registered with the department. Enna department? Registrar office. Able to understand, ma? Clear? So if all these things are satisfied, then you can say that the sale of land is complete, and that sale of land will be valid in the eyes of the law. Sir, நாங்கள் எங்கள் ரெண்டு பேருக்குள்ள ஒரு அக்ரிமெண்ட் போட்டோம். We passed that agreement, we agreed for the price, we signed the document, I received the cash also. Sir, can I go and say land is transferred? No. It has to be registered with the sub-registrar of that particular place. Yes or no? Only then you can say that the land is completely transferred. அப்போ இங்க என்ன நடக்குது அப்படின்னா, for certain types of contract, there are certain types, certain facilities that are involved, certain formalities that are involved. Without that formality, that contract is not complete. Able to understand, ma? One more example I'll give you. One more example. Now, in the Zomato, Swiggy, adukapano Zepto, all these are, what do you think? Okay, no, that is their nature of business, but what about the ownership? Ownership. Day, adu solல வரலடா. Ma, these are companies which are started by people like you, young people. Yes or no? Based out of a small idea, they started this business. When they started, it was small. Okay, when investors came inside and acquired it, it became big. Yes or no? Now, this acquisition, think and say whether it happened through some random oral agreement or there will be a proper written agreement. There should be a proper written agreement in which these people, young people who are the inventors, who come up with the innovative ideas, they agree that yes sir, I am willing to share this knowledge or this know-how or technical know-how, patent, whatever you call, okay, or that business concept, I am willing to come up with this concept. You come up with this amount, fund, okay, we both will work together, and out of the profits, I will take so much percentage for my knowledge, technical know-how, patent, copyright, whatsoever. You, for giving me fund, take so much amount. Okay, all this cannot be validated just through oral conversation. It has to be made written, and it has to be signed, and it has to be registered also. Why? Reason, why? Tomorrow, what happens, this person may come up, sir, business concept belongs to me. Okay, என்னால தானே உங்களுக்கு ஃபண்டே ஜென்ரேட் ஆகுது ப்ராஃபிட். If I did not give this business concept, what you would have done? You would have just invested that amount in a bank FD, got some 8% interest, correcta? Ana, because of my business concept, you are generating so much profit. See, let me take 70%, you take 30%. All this could happen, yes or no? Appo, in order to protect each other's right in that particular subject, we have to make it registered, signed by both the parties. Tomorrow, who can go? The investor can go to the court of law, show the piece of paper which they have signed and agreed, showing that they can regain the profit. Able to understand, ma? Appo, few types of contract would require certain legal formalities to be followed. Only then it will be treated as a valid contract. Okay, next one, not expressly declared to be void. Now, void already meaning so. What is the term void means? Void means invalid contract. Now, when I say invalid contract, think and say whether it will be enforceable by law. So, void contract now, it is not enforceable by law. Let me give you an example. You are bringing a small child, say 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, okay, to act in an advertisement. You are entering into contract with that child artist கூட்டு வரீங்க advertisement நடிக்கிறதுக்கு. On that particular day, she did not turn up. What you can do? You can take her to the court of law. Why? Minor, isn't it? Minor, isn't it? For example, you are dealing with a lunatic person. Lunatic person na, person who is not in his senses. Person who is not in his senses, he cannot think, he cannot decide, he cannot form any rational judgment. Rational judgment means in the given circumstance, what is best for me அப்படின்றத அவரால think பண்ணி ஒரு decision எடுக்க முடியாது. Then that person will be called as a lunatic, right? Now, in case if you enter into contract with such a lunatic, okay, because of that you are facing any loss, Okay, then what can you do? You can drag him to the court of law? No. Tamil cinema நிறைய டைம் நம்ம பார்த்துருக்கோம்ல, that person will do mischief, that person will do all the wrong deals. End of the day he'll turn up to be or act so that everyone believes that he's a lunatic, isn't it, to escape from imprisonment. Bare minimum what they can do, they can send him to a hospital. அவ்வளவுதான். ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் அந்த பீரியட் ஆஃப் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் முடிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் he'll be out. Still hospital treatment is better than treatment which will be given in the jail. Yes or no? Yes or no? Appo ideally court of law says if you are entering into certain type of contracts, it will be considered as void. Void அப்படினா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Cannot be legally enforceable, not possible of legal enforcement. Let me tell you what are all the deals that are straight away on the face of it you can say it is void. Shall I say? You will judge. But dealing with drugs, void, illegal. You cannot enforce it on the court of law. Madam, give me example. Ma, example. Mr. A deals with Mr. B for handling, okay, some kind of drugs, no? Idla B has to make some payment, say for example 1 crore rupees. After taking the particular product, okay, which is illegal, he took the product but did not pay the money of 1 crore. Correct? Contract irukku between two people. They both have agreed on the contract also, and one party, which party? A has performed the contract also. Correct? Who is yet to perform on the contract? B. What is the performance pending? Payment of 1 crore rupees. Correct? Now, this person B is not paying at all. What is the option that is left for A? Nothing. He cannot do. Why? Because dealing with the illegal products, dealing with products of these kinds are illegal in nature. The moment it is illegal, it becomes a void contract, even though there's proper consideration, offer, acceptance, consideration, ellame irundum kuda. Since the subject matter of the contract is illegal, obviously the contract is a void contract, cannot be enforced in the court of law. Imagine a case where A is going to the court of law. What will happen? But both of them will be put to jail. Both of them will be put to jail, not as per Indian Contract Act, but as per criminal law. As per criminal law. Okay, because dealing in drugs is opposed to moral policy, public policy. Therefore, he will be dealt in that particular law. Able to understand, ma? Okay. Now, these are expressly declared as void, and if you want your contract to be a valid contract, then your valid contract should be out of the purview. Able to understand? It should not be declared as void by the government. Able to understand? Ma, child trafficking, void or valid? Void, ma, void. Now, when you say you are dealing a valid transaction, then it should be out of all these items which the government says straight away void. Okay, so it should not be declared as void. If it is not declared as void, obviously it will fall under legal category, then everything will be fine. So these 11 conditions should be there. What is the other one which we left, ma? Free consent. Now this is very, very important. What do you mean by consent? Normal English word, ma. Consent. Consent means permission. Cheri, okay. Apro. Consent means approval. Approval. Everyone? Yes, consent means approval. Then consent means acceptance, but that acceptance should be free. Okay, ma, I am coming up with an offer. Sir, I want to marry you. It is up to you to reject or accept, yes or no. But when I ask you to object forcefully, what will happen? நீ ஒத்துக்கல அப்படினா மா ரீசெண்டாக ஏதோ ஒரு மலையாளம் சினிமா கூட வந்ததுமா. Okay, now if you're not saying okay, I will threaten you, I will take your life out, இந்த மாதிரிலாம் threaten பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னா that acceptance is still there. Offer is meeting the acceptance, but think and say whether that acceptance is out of your free will and interest or someone is forcing on you. Someone is forcing on you. Able to understand? If your acceptance is forced, do you think it will constitute a valid contract? No, it will not constitute a valid contract. Ma'am, இது கோர்ட்டுக்கு போனால் தானே தெரியும், கோர்ட்டுக்கு போவே நான் விட மாட்டேனே. Able to understand, ma? Ma, in that place, law gives you a space, a small loop. Let us see a time frame, okay? Now we are standing on 23rd of April, and me as a teacher, okay, I am forcing you to buy an article and give it to me as gift. Able to understand? Buy any good product, okay, or costlyana watch, or 5 lakhs. Inna Abdul? 5 lakhs worth of watch, I am asking you to buy and give it to me, okay? In here, I am in a dominant position, yes or no? Which means from this seat, if I say, you have to follow, yes or no? Now, if I'm not there in this seat, what you will do? Ma'am, நீங்க யார் எனக்கு? அவன் அப்படிதான் கேட்டான் first. Who are you? அப்படின்னு கேட்டான். கேட்டல என்ன? Who are you will come, that question will come to you, yes or no? Since I am in a dominant position, if I say, you have to follow. But don't you think a small guy, 12th standard, right out of school, asking him to buy 5 lakh worth of watch for a faculty, don't you think he's, அவன் பாவம் இல்லை தான், பட் பாவம் இல்லை அவன். Able to understand, ma? புரியுதா நான் கேட்குறது? அப்போ இந்த இடத்துல don't you think he's an aggrieved person? Aggrieved na? The person who has got literally he's got என்ன சொல்றது, he's taken a pain, he's taken a suffering. Able to understand, ma? 5 lakhs is a huge amount for that small boy. If I ask him for 5 lakhs, where he'll go? He has to run his life out, isn't it? Appo 5 lakh, through 5 lakh I'm causing him a suffering, yes or no? Appo he is getting aggrieved, therefore he is called as an aggrieved party. Able to understand, ma? He can go buy this 5 lakh worth of watch and give it to me, adula onum problem illa. But meantime, after giving, my control will slightly loosen. வாங்கிட்டு நான் விட்டுருவேன் இல்லையா? Am I going to follow you? No. You can approach the court. You can approach the court and also file a case against me. See, this madam taken 5 lakhs worth of watch, and for this there is no free consent, which means my acceptance was not free. I'm not even interested to give chocolate to her. Why will I give her 5 lakhs? Able to understand, ma? Now, in this place, I have forcefully got the acceptance of the student. Okay, and once it becomes forceful acceptance, then it means he's an aggrieved party, and this aggrieved party can decide whether this contract can be a valid contract or it can go into a void contract. Able to understand, ma? அப்போ பாதிக்கப்பட்டவங்க யாரோ அவங்க என்ன டிசைட் பண்ணலாம்? To continue the contract or to make the contract void. Able to understand? If it takes me to the court, the judge will definitely take the case in the favor of the student, yes or no? The student will say, sir, cancel the contract, get me that 5 lakh rupees or get me the watch from her. Able to understand, ma? Now, as a person, as the opponent, I should follow the judge, whatever he orders, isn't it? Yes or no? I have to give back the property to the student. Able to understand, ma? Purida Pravina enna solrena? Okay? So, one more time, ma, repeating, listen carefully. When I say offer, everyone listening? Mind where engiyo irka? Ma, offer has to meet acceptance, yes or no? Now, when this acceptance is given, it should be out of my own happiness, own will, own acceptance. This acceptance cannot be forced on me. If it is forced on me through any other manner, okay, through threat or through harm or through influence, okay, teacher influencing the student, doctor influencing the patient, likewise, okay, or fraud, misrepresentation, whatever manner, in all these cases, the acceptance is not from my free will, free interest. It is forced on me, yes or no? If it is forced on me, definitely I will be the party who is at suffering, party who is aggrieved. Now, after taking me to the court, the aggrieved party can decide to cancel the contract also, which means contract can become void. Contract can become void abdina. In short, what is that contract called as? Voidable contract. Able to understand, ma? A voidable contract will end up to be void when the aggrieved party decides to do so. Able to understand, ma? Okay? Okay? அப்போ voidableனா என்ன அர்த்தம்? It can become valid also, it can become void also. Able to understand? But at the option of whom? Aggrieved party. So the aggrieved party will decide whether to, okay, இந்த மேடம் வந்து எப்படி இன்டர்க்கும் இவங்க தான், அதனால எப்படியும் திருப்பி I have to face her only. Let her have. Contract will be valid. Sir, interக்கு I will demand Hari sir to change the faculty. Able to understand? Then he can decide to make the contract void. Able to understand, ma? And he can also get back the watch. Clear? Time period is always reasonable, ma. Reasonable. Okay? Reasonable அப்படினு சொல்லி 3 years எடுக்க முடியாது. Able to understand? 3 years, 4 years, not possible. Reasonable அப்படினா according to the facts and circumstance, things will be decided. இப்போ நான் உங்களை எங்கேயுமே போக அலோவ் பண்ணல, உங்களை ஒரு வீட்டில் வச்சு லாக் பண்ணிட்டேன், அப்போ ரீசனபிள் டைம் என்ன? நீங்கள் வெளியே வந்து நீங்கள் கேஸை ஃபைல் பண்ணுற வரைக்கும் ஸ்டில் இட் will be considered as a reasonable time only. But imagine after taking the watch, I went away. You are free with your life. இமீடியட்டாக உனக்கு என்ன வேலை? போய் கோர்ட்டை போய் பேசணும் இல்லையா? ஸோ ரீசனபிள் டைம் will always be according to the facts and circumstance of each and every case. Understood? Clear? Okay, ma. Please take notes. Please take notes. Running notes, please take. You understood the concept of free consent? When will you say there's a free consent? The acceptance is on the will and wish of the acceptor. Okay, it is not forced on the acceptor. Then you can say the consent is free. Ma'am, what should I write for exams? Let us go and mark, ma. Let us go and mark. Meantime, we will study also. First thing, there should be two parties. Two parties. One cannot contract with himself. Which means, நீங்கள் ஒரு மளிகை கடை வச்சுருக்கீங்க, டெய்லி அந்த மளிகை கடையிலேருந்து ஒரு 5-star சாக்லேட் எடுக்கிறீங்க அப்படின்னா அந்த கல்லால் 5 ரூபா போட்டு அப்புறம் 5-star சாக்லேட் எடுப்பீங்களா? No, you will take and you will eat it, isn't it? If it is your father's shop also, it means it is your own shop only, right? So, for every chocolate that you are taking, will you put 5 rupees in that particular box, cash box? No, isn't it? Which means if you are doing it, you are selling to your own self. Yes or no, ma? Law says contract abdina two different people should be there. Able to understand? And one cannot buy or sell to his own self. Okay? Please read, ma. What is the first one? First line. One cannot contract with himself. A contract involves at least two parties. Idhula one person should be making the offer and other party should be accepting the offer. And a contract can be made between natural persons or by other persons. Ma, natural persons na yaar? Human beings. We human beings. Now other persons na? Companies, firm, partnership, LLP, all of these categories, trust, association, whatever it is, every other corporation will come under other persons. Able to understand, ma? So apna a person can sell something to a company can sell something to individual. Able to understand, ma? We are all eating dairy milk. That dairy milk is a company, corporate brand. Able to understand? That brand is selling to individual. After eating the chocolate, I got fainted. I will file a case against Cadbury. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, individual is filing case against a corporate. Able to understand? So, for this to happen, two different people should be there. I cannot file a case against my own self. Purinjada? That is why two people should be there, minimum. First 3 lines, ma. Please read first 3 lines. Ma, only 3 keywords, ma. 3 keywords. First keyword enna, ma? cannot contract with their own self. Abdina we need two people, and the two people ஒருத்தர் should be giving offer, இன்னொருத்தர் should be accepting the offer. Able to understand? And when I say two people, it can be a combination of natural person and other person. Able to understand ma? Clear? Next area ma. Parties must intend to create a legal obligation, nothing but creating a legal relationship between them. And when I say legal relationship, social or domestic agreements are not enforceable in the court of law. Now, two keywords only. Whenever there's a contract, it should have an intention to create what? Legal relationship. Therefore, whatever social or domestic, by the way, what is social contract, domestic contract, ma? That which does not have a legal enforceability. Okay, same thing only we are going to repeat. Social or domestic contracts are not enforceable by law. Ma, two parties filed four areas. What did we study? Cannot contract with your own self. Minimum nu sollama illa at least sollama? At least two parties. Then out of those two, who was who? One person is offering, another person is accepting. Then contract may be done between natural person and other persons. Then parties must intend to create a legal relationship. Next one, other formalities to be complied with in certain areas. Now, certain areas, what example I gave for this? Sale of a business, sale of a land, sale of a brand, all of this cannot be oral. It has to be done written, and it should be registered also. A contract may be written or spoken. As to legal effects, there is no difference, but in the interest of the parties, it must be written. Okay. In case certain contracts, some other formalities have to be complied. Madam, for exams, what should I write? A contract may be written or spoken, adula no doubt kadiyadu, but in the interest of the parties, it must be written. In certain cases, so effectively what we will write is, we will write only the first line and then the second line. Complied with. Yes. Okay, ma? Please read, my everyone. Please read. A contract may be written or spoken. Then, but in the interest of the parties. In case of certain contract, some other formalities have to be complied to make the agreement legally enforceable. Legally enforceable. For example, ma, sale of land, it is not only enough which we sign. It also has to be registered with the government. Only then it will become enforceable. Apo, we need to do some other formalities. In our case, register it with the sub-register of that particular district. Only then it will become enforceable. Able to understand, ma? So what are the two things which you are studying? It can be oral or written. Now, in certain cases, in the interest. Now, what is this in the interest of parties? The term here, interest, means what? In the benefit, in order to safeguard the parties. Able to understand, ma? In order to protect the parties, it may be in written also. Okay. Apo, in here, the interest means what? To protect or to safeguard the parties, it may be written. It may be in written. And in certain cases, some other formalities has to be followed for the contract to be legally enforceable. Next one, certainty of meaning. Obviously, it should be certain. It must not be vague or indefinite. For this, that day we saw this example, oil example. If you are ordering an oil abdina, you should specify which variety of oil, how many liters you want to buy, at what rate you want to buy. All of this should be specifically mentioned in the contract. Next one, possibility of performance of an agreement. Now, already I told you, once you think the activity is possible, then only on that activity you can enter into a contract. You cannot bring some impossible activity under a contract. If you bring it, what happens to the contract, ma? It becomes void. It becomes void because no one can enforce it. No one can enforce it. Next one, coming to basics once again, offer, acceptance or an agreement, which means agreement must have an offer. Now they have given you the same example, same definition. A proposal when accepted becomes a promise. And every promise and every set of promises forming for a consideration each other is called as an agreement. Known item or new item? Known item. Next one, free consent. Now this is area of importance. Let us come to it last. Come to consideration, come to capacity of the parties. Capacity of the party, na? See, law says everyone cannot enter into a contract. Okay, no, just because you are born Indian, you just like that cannot enter into a contract. You should satisfy bare minimum 3 conditions. If these 3 conditions are satisfied abdina, then you are having a capacity to enter into contract. For example, to write 10th standard board exam, what is the capacity? 15 years of age should have crossed. யாராவது 14 yearsல போய் எழுதுனீங்களா? அடப்பாவி அது வந்து ஒரு லூப் ஹோல் நீ அந்த லூப் ஹோலை யூஸ் பண்ணிட்ட 15 years of age should be completed for you, only then you can appear for your 10th standard. அதே போல when I say your 12th standard அப்படின்னா you should have completed minimum 17 years of age to be able to appear for your exam. Able to understand? அப்போ admit card உங்க கைக்கு வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி that age criteria should have been satisfied. Clear? What is the next condition? What is the next condition? You have to submit an exam form. தெரிஞ்சோ தெரியாமலே உங்ககிட்ட இருந்து ஒரு சைன் வாங்கியிருப்பாங்க ஸ்கூல்ல படிக்கும் போது. ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? Definitely you should have applied for that exam in your name and you should have signed it. Able to understand? If these two are there, if these two conditions are satisfied, then you are capable to attend your 10th standard or 12th standard, whatever it is. Able to understand? Likewise, law says if these 3 conditions are satisfied, now you have a capacity to enter into a contract with another person. Adula first condition, age of majority, nothing but in India 18 years of age. You should have completed your 18 years of age, only then you have the capacity of entering into a contract. Ma'am, super singer la chinna குழந்தையெல்லாம் வருதா question வருதா? Contract can be there, but contract is void. Yes or no? அப்போ நாளைக்கு அந்த குழந்தை அந்த particular ஷோக்கு வரல அப்படின்னா you cannot file any case and all. Nothing can be done. Contract வச்சிட்டு போ, ஆனா don't bring that child to the court of law. Able to understand? Ma'am, நான் parents மேல சார்ஜ் பண்ணலாம். Parents மேலயும் சார்ஜ் பண்ண கூடாது. Reason, parents cannot do business with their child. Able to understand? Okay. Now, if parents are entering into contract on behalf of child abdina, it means like they are using the child to derive some benefit, money. Yes or no? Then such a contract is also void. Able to understand? அப்போ எப்படி தான் மேம் பண்ணுவாங்க? If a parent wants to enter into contract with some other person on behalf of the child, they can do without monetizing it. Without monetizing na காசு வாங்காம என்டர் பண்ணும் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கான்ட்ராக்ட்ல. அப்போ it means what? You are bringing that child only to bring her, showcase her talent. Able to understand? That is how it works. Adula first one enama? What is the first one which we are studying? Attain the age of majority. In our case it is 18 years of age. Person below 18 years of age are incompetent to contract. What is the term? Incompetent. Competent na enna? What is the meaning of competent? Competent means you are capable. Incompetent na incapable. Now incapable ni ஏன் எழுத கூடாது? 12th standard வரைக்கும் okay. Now that we are into CA foundation, now we will start writing those terms. What is the term? Incompetent. Second one, he should be of a sound mind. What is the sound mind? Sound mind. Broad mind. He should be acting in his own senses. Able to understand? He should not be following just orders. He asked me to enter into contract, so only I entered. I will just blindly follow someone else's order. I will not think for myself. அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இருக்க கூடாது. He should be capable of forming judgments. What is the consequence if I enter into this contract? What is the consequence of performing the contract? Everything should have been thought by him, and accordingly he should have taken a judgment. Then you can say that such a person is a sound person. If not, unsound person. Okay. Next one, he is not otherwise disqualified from contracting by any law to which he is subject to. Let me tell you. Now, in India, there are different laws. அதில் நம்ம படிக்கிறது ஒரு 5 law தான் நம்ம படிக்கிறோம். கரெக்டாக 5-6 law தான் நம்ம படிக்கிறோம். Correct? But do you think India has only these many acts? No. Example சொல்லுங்க. Indian Penal Code, Indian Criminal Code, அதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய என்விரான்மெண்ட்டை சேஃப்கார்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நிறைய ஆக்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது. கரெக்டாக? அதே போல் ரோட் சேஃப்டியை என்ஷூர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நிறைய ஆக்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது. கரெக்டாக? நோ, வென் யூ ஆர் அ சிட்டிசன் ஆஃப் இந்தியா, யூ ஆர் பவுண்ட் பை எவ்ரி அதர் ஆக்ட் ஆல்சோ. எஸ் ஆர் நோமா? எஸ் ஆர் நோ? அப்போது எனி அதர் ஆக்ட் ஷுட் நாட் ஹேவ் prohibited you. For example, because of you, there's some person dead. Able to understand? Now, because of the criminal code procedure, you are not supposed to enter into any contract with anyone for next 5 years. Out of that 5 years, 2 years you should be imprisoned. Balance 3 years you can be out of the prison, but you cannot enter into any contract. Daily you have to come and sign in the nearby police station. Able to understand? Appo, which law is preventing you from getting into contract? Criminal law. Able to understand, ma? You are subject to a criminal law because you are a citizen of India. Okay? And you are prevented by that law by entering into a contract. Able to understand? So, in here, if a person has committed some crime, and for that crime, he or she is punished with 2 years imprisonment and next 3 years no contractual relationship. Abdina, he is disqualified by that particular law for entering into contract. Yes or no? Able to understand what I am saying? So these are the 3 types of conditions we have. 3 types of conditions. First condition is age of majority. Second condition, sound mind. Third one, he should not be disqualified by any other law. Should not be disqualified by any other law to which he is subject to. Now, what is the meaning of to which he is subject to? Applicability. As an Indian resident, you are applicable. All those laws are applicable on you. Okay, able to understand? Now, when I say you should not be disqualified, that other law should not say you don't enter into contract. Okay, you should be free. No other law should prevent you from entering into contract. Okay, 3 conditions. One more time. Together everyone. First one, age of majority, sound mind, not disqualified from any other law. Okay, ma, people online, you can understand what I am saying? Any doubt, ma, anyone? Harini?
No, ma'am.
Good. You understood the concept of free consent?
Yes, ma'am.
Super. Ma, first qualification already done. Should have crossed the age of 18. If not, you will be incompetent to contract. Next qualification, ma. Please read, ma. Requires a person to be of sound mind. Sound mind na enna solranga? He should be in his senses, so that he understands the implications of the contract at the time of entering the contract. Ma'am, should I read and remember so much? Ma, at least you should try to use the keywords. Senses, understand the implication. And the mari keywords and nyabam vechikittinga abdina, in case if a question is asked, using the keywords you can frame your answers, right? Next one, requires a person entering into a contract should not be disqualified by his status. Ma, should not be disqualified by any other law. We understood, padichitom, correct? Should not be disqualified by status enna? By status enna? What? Ma, I have a status. For example, ipo namukku irukka enna status? Individual. Okay, and I'm free to do anything which I want in the country of India. But suppose tomorrow I am going to some foreign country as an ambassador. Ambassador nana, representing the India, representing the Indian government, I am going to some other country. Say for example, I am going to Dubai. Okay, representing Indian government as an ambassador of India. Now, just because I am a diplomat nana, all these people, okay, higher officials, okay, just like that, if you're going as a diplomat into a foreign country, you can go do anything you want. No, you are restricted to do certain things. You can go and buy normal food, you can buy clothes, whatever you want you can buy. But think and say whether you can buy land. You cannot buy any land. Sir, na India la evlo periya aalu vethrima. Nee evlo periya aalu vena irundittu po. Inga you cannot do anything. Okay. Likewise, India also has certain conditions. People from Russia coming in, diplomats coming in, news la paakrom, correct? People from US are coming in, diplomats of US coming into India. Still they are subject to certain restrictions. Just like that, they cannot enter into any contract within India. Able to understand clear? So this is because of his status. What is his status? Being a diplomat of US. Able to understand, ma? One more example I will say you. Suppose we are waging a war with China. Okay. Do you think we can enter into contracts with a Chinese national? No, we cannot. Now, what is the status of that particular person? Because he's a enemy na, he's a foreign country, and that foreign country we are waging a war, isn't it? So, even though and the war ko and the person ko sambandham illa, he's just a resident in China, still his status is alien enemy. So I cannot deal any of my goods with that particular person. Able to understand? What do you think will be the reason? Na inna kekka varen purida. See, you are all here, isn't it? For example, Sam is there, Samyukta, okay, wants to do some dealing with Chai Sung அப்படின்ற மாதிரி ஒரு பேர் வச்சுக்கோங்க. Okay, now in here she wants to export something to China. Imagine she is exporting, what do you want to export, ma? Say pens. Okay, pens. Okay, now for this person will give some money, monetary consideration. Okay, in here, even though this person is a very good person, ma, good person, he is not anywhere related to that war and all, good person in China meeting a good person in India, andamari. Okay, in here, even though these individuals are good, but since we are waging a war with China, okay, we cannot transact with that Chinese person. Reason, even though you are good, we cannot take that risk. Who cannot take that risk? Indian government cannot take that risk. Okay, today ninga terms and conditions okay nu koduthinga, he is taking your full data, isn't it? Same Chinese people. Abdi irukumbodhu you yourself voluntarily going and doing some transaction with that Chinese person abdina, there is a high risk that may be involved, and because of that there's a problem which may come to the war scenario. Adanala, let us avoid all that transaction by status. Understood? Clear? So all these are certain examples which I could tell you for this purpose. Next one, consideration. Consideration now, yesterday we saw, ma. What is consideration? Something in return. Anything in return? Something in return. Today I am willing to give you class because you are paying me money. Okay, even if you don't pay money also, you will be given classes. Yaru ungala deny la panna matanga, but provided certain extra time may be given, isn't it? Now, consideration can be anything. Yes or no? It may be in kind or it may be in cash also. But what about other things, ma? If I am tolerating you, whether that can be taken as a consideration. Okay, let me give you an example. You have your own house built nicely, supera, nalla ஒரு பாஷான ஏரியாவில் சூப்பராக ஒரு மாதிரி ஒரு பில்ட் பண்ணுறீங்க. பாஷான ஏரியானா என்ன ஞாபகம் வருது? போயஸ் கார்டனு, அப்புறம் பெசன் நகர், ECR, அடையார். Okay, all of those are really posh areas, ma. You are constructed, hard-earned money, constructed one nice building, went to sleep, immediately next morning you are waking up with a bulldozer. Okay, பக்கத்தில் இன்னொரு ஒரு ஹவுஸ் வந்து பில்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க, அதை ஃபுல்லாக இடிக்கிறாங்க, தரமட்டமாக்கிறதுக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணுறாங்க. தட் நாய்ஸ் இஸ் வெரி வெரி டிஸ்டர்பிங் யூ. வாட் யூ கேன் டூ? You can only tolerate, correct? But for tolerating, you want to take cash. Able to understand? Sir, you give me 5,000. See, சொசைட்டிலாம் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? சொசைட்டினா wherein it will be a gated community. Within that there will be homes, isn't it? அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி சொசைட்டினா you are restricted to certain do's and don'ts. Yes or no? You cannot just like that do. Flat பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா for flat system also you are restricted. You can do something, you cannot do something. ஓகே, நீங்கள் சவுண்டாக வச்சு வால்யூம் போட்டு மியூசிக் பிளேயர் போட்டிங்கன்னா உடனே ஃப்ளாட் செக்ரட்டரி வந்துடுவார். Yes or no? Likewise, when you are in a society, you can do something, you cannot do something. If a member of the society is causing trouble abdina, then definitely the other member can take him to the court. Able to understand? Unnecessary and trouble vardu abdinranaala. But this can be stopped also when the person who is causing the trouble comes and talks to me, ma. Able to understand? Sir, rendu naaliki kandipa in the noise problem irukom da. You are my direct neighbor, next to you I am sitting, okay, kandipa noise problem irukum, but I will give you daily 50,000 rupees, please tolerate. Able to understand? Ma, for receiving 50,000, in turn what I am giving, ma? Toleration. Able to understand, ma? As per law, toleration is called as forbearance. What is that word, ma? Forbearance. What is the word? Repeat everyone. Forbearance. Appo consideration can be in cash or in kind or through conduct of a person. Okay, conduct means you are trying to tolerate a person. Able to understand, ma? Clear? Please read. Might is referred to as quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. Now, this means what? Something in return. Something in return. A valuable consideration in the sense of law may consist of some right, interest or profit. Which means what, ma? Now, when I am buying a land from you, it is my right, yes or no? From you, the rights is transferred to me. Yes? Likewise, it can be out of interest also. Ma, whenever we are studying henceforth, no, interest in ஒவ்வொரு பிளேஸ்க்கும் ஒவ்வொரு மீனிங் வரும். So far நம்மளுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் என்ன? மேக்ஸில் படிக்கிற ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் PNR/100, கரெக்டா? அந்த இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் தவிர வேறு எதுவும் தெரியாது. இது இல்லாமனா பேங்க்கில் வர இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட், எஸ் ஆர் நோ? பட் henceforth when we are studying law, we will come across in various places the term interest, and ஒவ்வொரு பிளேஸ்லையும் அந்த இன்ட்ரெஸ்டோட மீனிங் will change. In here, interest means again some rights. Able to understand, ma? So it may be some right, interest or profit or benefit accruing to one party for what purpose? For some forbearance. Determined means harm. Detriment means harm. Harm, loss or responsibility suffered by the other party. Example. Let us go with an example. Sanjay sells his bike to Ram. Sanjay sells his bike to Ram. What is the consideration, ma? Say for example, consideration is 50,000 rupees is the consideration. So Sanjay to Ram, there's a bike that is transferred. In turn, Ram is giving what? 50,000 rupees. Ma, don't you think there's a reciprocal promise from both the people? Sanjay is promising to give what? Bike. Ram is promising to give what? 50,000 rupees. Now in here, what is the benefit for Sanjay? 50,000 rupees I am receiving, ma. Okay. In case cash illana, I am ready to give my, instead of this Honda bike, I am ready to give my R15 bike. Able to understand? Something in kind. So which means a consideration may be some benefit. It could be an interest or it could be a right. So example, Sanjay gives his bike so that Ram gives his house for rent. Able to understand, ma? In here, I will go and occupy whose house, ma? Whose house? Ram oda house. Able to understand? Appo occupying that house is my right. To what extent? Sir, in the bike வந்து இப்போ 3 months நான் அவருக்கு யூஸ் பண்ண கொடுக்குறேன் அப்படின்னா same 3 months I can use his house for occupying myself. Able to understand? About 3 months occupying his space is my right. Able to understand? Appo consideration may be right, interest, repeat, day. இப்போ புரியுது எனக்கு ஏன் வந்து வரலன்னு. Take 10 minutes break, come. ஓகே பீப்புள், ரெடிமா, ரெடி? அப்துல் சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம், என்னெல்லாம் பார்த்தோமா நம்ம? உன் மேலே ஒரு பெரிய கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் இருக்கா? சொல்லு சொல்லு சொல்லு. சொல்லு. அக்ரிமெண்ட் நம்ம பார்த்தோமா? பார்த்தோம். 2 பார்ட்டி, அதில் 5 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் பார்த்தோம். என்ன பாயிண்ட்மா சொல்லுங்க? என்டர் இன்டு கான்ட்ராக்ட் வித் ஹிம்செல்ஃப். அப்புறம் அட்லீஸ்ட் 2 people. அப்புறம் 1 should be offerer, மேக்கிங் ஆஃபர். அப்புறம் அக்செப்டிங் ஆஃபர். அப்புறம் நேச்சுரல் பர்சன். நேச்சுரல் அண்ட் அதர்னா நான் போட்டு ஃபில் பண்ணிக்கணுமா? நேச்சுரல் பர்சன் அண்ட் அதர் பர்சன். ஓகே, நான் நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்சன்மா. நேம் பர்சன். டக்குன்னு ஏஞ்சல் சொல்லுமா. ரியாக்ட் எல்லாம் பண்றதுக்கு டைம் இல்லை, டக்குன்னு சொல்லு. நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட். ஹெல்ப் பண்ணி தொலைடா. ஐயோ, நெக்ஸ்ட் பர்சன் சொல்டா. அவ ரெடி ஆகிறதுக்குள்ள நாளைக்கு தான் ரெடி. சம்யுக்தா சொல்லுங்கம்மா. நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட்மா. must intend to create. what who should intend ma? Party should intend to create a legal relationship. Then social or domestic contracts are not enforceable. Next person ma. புவிஷா சொல்லுங்கம்மா. நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட் மா. இதுக்கு தான் வந்து ஃபுல்லாக சாப்பிட்டு வரக்கூடாதுன்றது. எஸ், இல்லை அவகிட்ட நான் அடுத்த வாட்டி உங்ககிட்ட இந்த வாட்டி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம், அடுத்த வாட்டி அவள் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். எஸ் புவிஷா சொல்லுங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட்மா. காது எடுத்துட்டு வந்து வாய்க்கிட்ட தான் வைக்கணும் போல. எஸ்மா சொல்லுங்க. கான்ட்ராக்ட். வாட் இஸ் த ஹெட்டிங்மா? ஹெட்டிங் என்னமா? வாட் இஸ் த ஹெட்டிங்மா? என்னது? கம்ப்ளைண்டா? அதான் நான் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். complying with other formalities. Under that, what are the 4 points we saw ma? It may be contracts may be usually spoken or written. Okay, ஒன்னும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை, இருந்துட்டு போ. Next, but in the interest of the parties, it may be written. Next point என்னமா? In certain cases, some other formalities have to be followed for it to be legally enforceable. Exam எனக்கா உங்களுக்கா? உங்களுக்கு. அப்போ யார் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும்? எப்படி ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும்? படிக்கும் போதே. Now, there's a purpose when I ask you to repeat. Yes or no? Now, when I ask you to repeat, just like that கண்ணை மூடிட்டு repeat பண்ண சொல்றாங்க, நம்மளும் repeat பண்ணணும். அப்படி இருக்கக்கூடாது. When I say repeat, it should be trying to memorize. புரியுதா? How many of you have a habit of like repeating to memorize something? அது ரிப்பீட் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தால் மெமரைஸ் ஆகிடும். எஸ் எவ்ரி ஒன். அதர்ஸ் பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருந்தால் மெமரைஸ் ஆகிடுமா? எழுதி பார்த்தா மெமரைஸ் ஆகும். உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் எழுதி பார்க்கணும், கரெக்டா? வீட்டுக்கு போய் உட்காந்து எழுதிப்பார், தப்பே கிடையாது. பட் when I ask you to repeat, no, try to maximum study and memorize inside the class itself, so that when you go home you have sufficient time to write and see accounts as well as law. Okay, don't take anything home. அதாவது வீட்டுக்கு போய் நான் படிச்சுக்கிறேன் வேணவே வேணாம். We will study it inside the class itself. Okay, then next most important thing is, when we are studying each and every item, I am marking yes or no. Now doubt may come to you. Ma'am, CA na நம்ம நிறைய படிக்கணும், பேஜ் டு பேஜ் படிக்கணும், படிச்சது எல்லாமே எக்ஸாம்ல எழுதணும். Now எக்ஸாம்ல எழுதுறதுக்கு நீங்க ரெடி, ஆனா கரெக்ஷன் பண்றவர் அதுக்கு not ready. Okay, maximum a person can correct how many papers in a day at the school? Okay, 50 la school. Okay, maximum for CA people will be able to correct only 20 papers. அப்போ அந்த 20 பேப்பர்ஸுமே if you are writing all rubbish or all extra story, they don't have time for all that. Because they are not teachers, they are professional people. Professional chartered accountants will be sitting and correcting your papers, correct? Appo you cannot be wasting their time. So if you are writing 4 marks or 6 marks, ஸ்கூலில் சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல நீங்கள் இத்தனை பேஜஸ் எழுதணும், இத்தனை பேராகிராஃப்ஸ் எழுதணும். நாட் நெசசரிமா, நாட் நெசசரி. 4 marks ideally one side of the page. Okay, 6 marks ideally first side and second side la half the page. Enough. Adukulla whatever you want to say to the examiner, say it. Able to understand? Appo we cannot afford to write any extra stories there. What is required we will write, and we are marking what is required only. Able to understand? அதனால ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 2 lines அப்போ பேலன்ஸ் இருக்க 3rd 4th லைன் பார்க்க தேவையில்லையா? நம்ம மார்க் பண்ணதை மட்டும் படித்து மெமரைஸ் பண்ணு. அப்போ கீழே மார்க் பண்ண லைன்ஸ், சார் ஆல் தோஸ் ஆர் ரெப்பிட்டிஷன் யூஸ்வலி ஆஃப் தி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 2 lines in a different phase of English. நீங்கள் படிச்சிருந்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும். ஓகே, சேம் திங் டிஃப்ரெண்ட்லி புட் ஆர் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் இங்கிலீஷ் யூஸ் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க யூஸ்வலி. இல்லை எக்ஸ்ட்ரா லைன்ஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்னா மேபி ஐ வில் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் இட் டு யூ, அதை மைண்டில் வச்சுக்கோ. அதுக்காக தான் கிளாஸில் 100% அட்டென்ஷன் இஸ் ரெக்வயர்ட். புரிஞ்சுதா? ஸோ ஆன் தி எக்ஸாம் டேட்டு we will have a limited area to revise. Okay, see how is it to revise once full book? Okay, 500 pages on one day before exam, how it will be on you? How stressful it will be on you? Yes or no? Okay, but in the full page of word by word padikkiradhu is not important ma. Whatever we have marked, it will, if you cramp it, it will come only to 50 to 70 pages. And the 70 pages are 3 times padikroma, more than sufficient to go and perform in the exam. Able to understand? Ma'am, நீங்களே சொன்னீங்கல்ல இது வந்து அவ்வளோ ஸ்கோர் பண்ண முடியாது, ஸ்கோர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் சொன்னீங்கல்ல, அப்போ ஏன் நீங்கள் இவ்வளோ இதுக்கு இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்குறீங்க? லெட் மீ டேக் ஜஸ்ட் 40 marks and pass it. For passing with 40 marks also, it is very important that we have full coverage of the entire subject. Okay, and for that matter 4 subjectல ஒரு பேப்பர் கண்டிப்பாக ட்ரிக்கியாக வரும். Able to understand? ஆனால் எந்த பேப்பர் ட்ரிக்கியாக வரும்னு யாருக்குமே தெரியாது. We cannot suspect or we cannot do anything. போன attempt இந்த பேப்பர் கஷ்டமாக இருக்குன்னா எக்ஸாம்பிள்மா, போன attempt அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ் கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது அப்படின்னா யூஸ்வலி 90% this attempt accounts will be very very easy. Still it is only 90% chance. அப்போ பேலன்ஸ் 10% இன்னும் ரிஸ்க் இருக்குது. கரெக்டாக? அப்போது பேலன்ஸ் இருக்க 3 subjects you have to concentrate more and slightly less on the account subject. Okay, still everything is a chance. We are taking just a chance on everything. Correct? அப்போ 40 மார்க்கில் இன்கேஸ் லா கொஞ்சம் ட்ரிக்கியாக வந்தால் கூட I should be able to get at least 50-55 marks. That is the concept. Ma'am, why you want me to stop at 55? I'm planning for 95-85. Why you are stopping me? Super ma, I will clap hands and send you. Able to understand? So when you are going above that level, really hats off. But bare minimum we have to touch minimum 55-60. அதுதான் நான் சொல்ல வரேன். புரிஞ்சுதா? அந்த 55-60க்கு வீட்டுக்கு போய் நீ எந்த எஃபர்ட்டும் எடுக்காது. இங்கே நான் போடுறேன்ல அந்த எஃபர்ட்டுக்கு கோஆப்ரேட் பண்ணு. மோர் தென் சஃபிஷியன்ட். புரிஞ்சுதா? அண்டர்ஸ்டுட்டா? ஓகே, லெட் அஸ் கெட் பேக் டு தி ஏரியா. Yes, consideration அப்படின்னா it may be interest, right or profit enjoyed by one party, and for that someone else has to forbear something or undergo some detrimental activities. Now what is this detriment or loss? Harm. What kind of harm can happen? Physical harm. When you say physical harm is involved abdina, then the contract becomes void. Yes or no? Then what kind of harm can be here? Mental harm also. See, any harm, emotional or be it physical or whatever it is, it will be treated as void. You cannot be mentally torturing someone. Okay, if you are doing that abdina, then he will become an aggrieved party. An aggrieved party na, he can decide whether to take the contract forward or cancel it right then. Yes or no? Okay, appo here detriment usually means financial harm, financial stress. Able to understand ma? Clear? Okay, next one, lawful consideration and lawful object. Should I need to explain on this one more time? Because yesterday with the examples extensively we have seen, but let us go and mark what we have to write for the exam. Consideration or object which is not lawful if it is prohibited by law or it is such as would defeat the provisions of law, or it may be immoral or opposed to public policy. If something is causing harm to public policy na enna ma இந்த முதல்வன் படத்துலலாம் காமிச்சிருப்பாங்கல்ல, இந்த வாட்டி இது எலெக்ஷன் வருது, கோ பர்ன் அ பஸ், இந்த ரூட்டில் வர பஸ்ஸை வந்து கோ ஹார்ம் தட் பஸ்ஸை கொளுத்தி விட்டுரு. ஓகே, கண்டிப்பாக வந்து நம்ம ஃபேவரில் தான் எலெக்ஷன் முடியும் அப்படின்றாங்க. நோ, ஒன் பர்சன் வில் டெஃபினெட்லி கோ அண்ட் ஃபயர் த பஸ். எஸ் ஆர் நோ? ஃபயர் உங்கள் வீட்டு ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியா எங்கள் வீட்டு ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியா? Government property ma, public property. Able to understand? When you are burning a bus, you are putting a bus on fire abdina, then it is opposed to public policy. Yes or no? Definitely it will become illegal object. Able to understand ma? And for that, if you are receiving consideration, that entire activity as such is void. Able to understand ma? Clear? Next one, not expressly declared to be void. Now, you are dealing with contracts, and contract are such nature that the law puts it straight away. Idella void. Able to understand? Example for that is dealing with the minor, dealing with the lunatic, which are expressly given by the law that so and so activities are illegal. Illegal and solradha void. Able to understand ma? Clear? Okay, you are supposed to do one small activity today. Will you go and do? Sure everyone? Okay, you will form a group. Ma'am, already naanga pantom ma, and the group illama, not the friends group. Okay, you will form a WhatsApp group, and that group will have one, which is the student he himself. Second, parents of the student. Third, Hari sir. Finally, me. Able to understand ma? Me, Ganesh sir. Able to understand? So, unakku mattum edhu. Okay, yourself, your parent, Hari sir, Ganesh sir, and myself. Okay, parents, both the parents are ma, both the parents very very good. Illa ma'am, my father is very busy, ennala enga amma mattum da irupanga. Okay, that is also fine. மா, ரெண்டு பேருமே இல்லாமல் ஆண்டி, அங்கிள், சித்தப்பா, எனக்கு ரொம்ப ஃபேவரட் அவங்க தான் அப்படின்லாம் பண்ணாது. அது மாதிரிலாம் பண்ணக்கூடாது, சரியா? கீழே கேஃப் ஃப்ரெஷ் அண்ணா ரொம்ப ஃப்ரெண்ட் ஆகிட்டாரு, அவர் நம்பரை வாங்கி ஆட் பண்ணுறேன், அந்த மாதிரிலாம் பண்ணாதீங்க. டெஃபினெட்லி இட் ஹேஸ் டு பி யுவர் பேரண்ட். எஸ்மா? நோ, only myself and Ganesh sir. Group நேம்க்கு ஏதாவது ஃபார்மேட் வச்சுருக்கீங்களா சார்? Group name will be, for example ma, say for example Angel April 25 CA Foundation. Able to understand ma? Clear? Is okay then sir, or you want to change the format? Angel April 25 CA Foundation. Close. புரிஞ்சுதா? ஓகேவா? என்ன புரியல? CAF ஏஞ்சல் அப்புறம் ஏப்ரல் 25 போடணும். அப்போ தானே எனக்கு தெரியும். ஏஞ்சலில் இந்த பாப்பா மட்டும் தான் இந்த பேட்ச், இதுக்கு முன்னாடிலாம் பேட்சில் இருந்துருக்காங்களே மா. திஸ் வில் பி த ஃபார்மேட் மா. CAF ஏஞ்சல் ஏப்ரல் 2025. ஓகே, ஆன்லைன் பீப்புள் ப்ளீஸ், definitely you will go home and create such a group. Okay, definitely. And in this group, yaar admin irpa? You as well as Hari sir. Okay, you will be the admin as well as Hari sir will also be the admin. Purpose is to inform your parents about what we are doing inside the class. For example, test irukku, neenga veetla solla mattinga, correct ah? In the batch very good students ma, but we had a previous record of all this happening. One fine day this parent will come and ask, sir ungala nambi class ku amcha oru naal test neenga vechingla? நிறைய டெஸ்ட் போயிருக்கோம், ஆனால் வீட்டில் சொல்லியிருக்க மாட்டோம். சொல்லியிருந்தா ஆன்சர் பேப்பர் கேட்பாங்கல்ல, அதனால he or she will not say. So definitely we'll keep informed. And likewise this group will also give the mark statement also. Mark statement na, அந்த டெஸ்ட்டில் ஓவரால் கிளாஸில் இருக்க எல்லாரோட மார்க்ஸும் அந்த குரூப்பில் வந்து விசிபிள் ஆகும். திஸ் குரூப் வில் பி டேக்கன் டு அ கம்யூனிட்டி. ஓகே, கம்யூனிட்டியில் போட்டாங்க அப்படின்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்லி குரூப்லேயும் நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் will be enabled. They will be able to see the message, able to understand. And if they want to talk also, they can easily access us or Hari sir over the WhatsApp group itself. Okay, understood? மற்றபடி போட்டு தரணும் அப்படின்லாம் எதுவும் இல்லைப்பா. இன்சிடென்ட்டில் அப்படி ஆச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு நாங்கள் பொறுப்பு இல்லை. ஓகேவா? So 12:30, let us close with today's class. But before that, let us try to recap, ma. Let us try to recap. Purila. Okay. Let us try to recap, ma. What are the 5 things which we saw? No talking, guys. No talking. Ma, we are left with only one item, illaya? What is that one item? Free consent. Let us go and study that, and then we'll wind up with today's class. Study means we will study here and remember here itself. Okay? Yes, ma'am. 2 or more persons. Repeat along with me. 2 or more persons are set to consent, are set to give approval. Give approval. A consent na enna arthama? Are set to give approval when they, repeat guys, when they agree upon the same thing in the same sense. Agree upon the same thing in the same sense. For example, Abdul is willing to give white color car, okay, but in my mind I was thinking about his BMW black color car. Able to understand? அவரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நான் யூஸ் பண்ணாத ஒரு காரை நான் கொடுக்குறேன். என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அவன்கிட்ட இருக்க BMW black color car. Able to understand? Now think and say, offerer, the person who's offering, acceptor, the person who's accepting. Are we thinking on the same lines or different lines? Different lines. இந்த மாதிரி different lines இருந்தா contract நடக்கிறதுக்கு possibility இருக்கா? No possibility at all. Okay? அப்போ when there's a free consent involved அப்படின்னா both the people should be willing to get into contract, and it should not be forced. And third most important thing, it should be about the same thing in the same sense. Able to understand, ma? Example. See, Abdul says he is ready to give his bike. Now, when I say give his bike abdina, it may mean 2 things. What? One is giving for some temporary use. Innone giving for sale. Yes or no? Yes or no? Avana portha varaikum temporary use. Enna portha varaikum what? He is giving it for sale. Okay, let me take it. Able to understand, ma? We are talking about same thing but in different sense. Able to understand? If such a consent is there, whether it will amount to a valid contract? No, it will not amount to valid contract. Appo oru vishayatha pari oru subject patti nama contract kulla kondu varom appadina, then we both should agree on the same subject, on the same thinking lines. Okay? Through law, what is the term that the law uses? Same thing in the same sense. One more time, please repeat, ma. Same thing in the same sense. This can also be understood as identity of minds. Identity of minds na those 2 people who are involved in the contract should think on the same times. Identity should be there. Able to understand, ma? Next one. This is in term called as consensus ad idem. Consensus ad idem. Able to understand? Okay. Further, that consent which you receive must be free, which means that approval which is coming from each other's end should not be forced. It should be out of their own will and wish. Otherwise called as it should be free. Able to understand, ma? Now, consent would be considered as free if it is not caused by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation or mistake. Now, when do you say my consent is free? If the consent is not involving coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation. Ma, read my entire line, please read, ma. Consent considered. Everyone in one single voice, ma. Everyone in one single voice. Free if it is not caused by mistake. Okay? Now, coercion means causing a threat. It could be financial or emotional also. coercion na enna ma? Forcefully you are doing something, threatening to harm someone, all that will come under coercion. But in case, next one, undue influence. The term undue influence means I am in a dominant position, and using that dominant position, I am able to influence my subordinate. Able to understand ma? Who are the two people there? One is a dominant person, another is a subordinate. The person who is dominantly there, he is able to influence the person who is subordinate. Understood ma? Able to understand ma? You are working ma? You are working as an articled assistant. After inter articled assistant, correct? You will be subject to, or you will be under the partner na? CA practice la irukka partner of that particular firm, or it could be a proprietor firm also. Then if it is a proprietorship, then he'll be your boss. Okay, ultimately you are under a CA. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now whatever he says, you will follow. Yes or no? He says go take money, you will take. Yes or no? You should not take ma. You should not take. Okay ma? Eventually what is our moral right? For that we have to keep up. Okay, but usually whatever boss says, you cannot say no. You cannot say no. Reason number one, he is in a dominant position. Reason number two, we are not yet CA. Able to understand? So whoever is using their dominant position to influence you, okay, then it is said that your consent is subject to undue influence, which means your consent is not free. Okay, appo coercion na enna? Forcing someone. Undue influence na enna? Influencing someone. Third one, fraud, misrepresentation, which means through fraud you are making someone to enter into a contract. Through misrepresentation you are making someone to enter into a contract. Okay, appo using these 5 things, mistake means through a mistake someone is entering into a contract. Now using these 5 things, if a person is made to enter into a contract, then he is not in the contract because of his own will and wish. He is there because of the 5 reasons. What are the 5 reasons ma? Good. Close your eyes and say. Close your eyes and say. Mistake. Fraud, misrepresentation, or mistake. If because of these 3 a person is coming into contract, then what will you say? The consent is not free. When the consent is not free, who will become the aggrieved party? Because of those 5 reasons, who entered into contract? That person will be called as aggrieved party. He will be very sad. Aggrieved party. Now, law gives this aggrieved party one option. What is that option? To make the contract void or to make the contract valid. Whatever the aggrieved person decides, at the option of the aggrieved person, a contract could become a void contract or a contract could become a valid contract. He can decide. Able to understand ma? So this is all about free consent. More we will study, but for now let us stop today. My request, please go home and learn whatever is marked. Whatever is marked. Seriya? Okay? Done. Thank you so much ma. Wait. Before that, let me ask you something. Not related to subject. Personally, I am asking something. So far, நீங்க நடத்துனது எனக்கு ஒண்ணுமே புரியல. அந்த மாதிரி யாராவது இருக்கீங்களா? மா people online. So far, நீங்க நடத்துனது எனக்கு ஒண்ணுமே புரியல. அந்த மாதிரி. There's no wrong. Please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Anyone. Balaji, இப்படி வச்சிருந்தே எப்படி எடுத்துக்கிறதுனா அத? Not that okay. Anyone else? Abdul iru na varen. I'll come. Okay. Anyone நீங்க இது வரைக்கும் நடத்திருக்கீங்க, I did not understand madam. அது மாதிரி. If it is there, you tell me right now, we will start from that point personally for you. Okay. ஏன் அப்படின்னா இதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி ஒரு ஃப்ளோவில் போயிட்டோம்னா we cannot afford to come back and study. We don't have that luxury of time. Able to understand ma? Okay. Go home and study all the examples which are here. Okay. So today your work will be reading all the 11 essential items. Whatever is marked you will study. Then you will also go through the examples which are given under the 11 essential items. ஐடியலி இட் ஷுட் டேக் 1 hour 1 hour 1 hour நம்மளால ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ண முடியாதா? முடியும். ஓகே, எஸ் அப்துல் வாங்க. தேங்க்யூ, குட் டே. இருடா இருடா